welcome in my button mashers. If the audio is as bad for you guys as it was for me, just barely, we might be in for a rough show. But welcome. Was it staticky for you as well? Oh no. Now I'm worried. Now I'm actually worried.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to find out how the audio is today, guys. Welcome in. I'm NatesLegend, of course. I am joined, surprisingly, by Mr. Doodles himself. Now, at this point, we're going to go ahead and just kind of make it, unfortunately for the show, we have to make it official. Going from Scott, we are going by your official first name now. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yes. So we're moving from Scott, moving to Gene. That is your birth name.
That is the one.
So, yeah, I mean, we don't necessarily need to get into why we changed it, but I wanted to make sure our viewers know that when I say Gene, it is Scott that I'm talking about. They're one and the same, and they're both fantastic people.
Same person. Nothing's changed other than a couple of the letters. There's one less of them now, and that's most of the reason I'm going back.
You still have the duplicate. You have two E's, which matches the two T's, right?
Fair.
So you got. I think it's fair. I think, yeah.
It all works out as far as like the scale karmically. I think it's on the same plane.
Right, absolutely. And I do want to point out as well, before we get going too far, we should be joined by Jay as well. Looks like he is. In fact, you know what? Let's go ahead. He's giving us a thumbs up. We're going to add him to the stream here. Jay, how are you, my man?
Hey, my friends. How you guys doing? Sorry I can't be part of the show from my office. I'm just getting off of work, so...
Oh, no, you're all right. We understand. Let's see. The audio is definitely pretty rough right now, though.
Yeah, it is. I don't know. Is that me? Is that me?
I don't think so. I think it's on our end.
I think it's just across the board. Hey, let's see. All sorts of, you know what I'm going to do? Hey, guys, hang tight with me. I know that this is not the way that y'all like to start the show by us dealing with technical difficulties, but you know what? We're going to deal with them anyway. I know this is not the way that y'all like to start the show.
That's fair. What's a show without technical difficulties?
It sounds like it definitely is choppy. Can you guys, we're going to go ahead and just remove ourselves for a moment. We will be right back as soon as we've had a chance to deal with these technical difficulties. One moment here, y'all.
So fresh start.
Fresh start, y'all. Welcome in. How are we? How's everybody sounding?
I hope that I sound okay. I think I sound okay.
I think I sound okay. You sound okay to me. I sound okay to you. I think that's all that matters. Jay, how do we sound?
You guys sound okay.
All right, so we're gonna
that
go ahead
sounds
and
so much
rewind
better.
time here.
We are going to go ahead and rewind time. Cut! What's the timestamp? 5.5 minutes. I think we're good. Welcome back in, everybody. We are done with our technical difficulties, and we are joined today by Gene and Jay. Oh, that rolls off the tongue real nicely. We got Gene and Jay up in here. Oh, that's fun.
That is a good one.
I need my name to be a G name now too. George. No, that's no.
Jeff with the G.
No, I'm
Jeff.
good.
Yeah, Jeff.
Like
Gene J. Jeff.
J. Jeff.
I don't
I would have
know.
went with Jean.
John. John. Yep. Master Chief John. There we go.
Oh, okay. Not Joffrey.
Ooh, Joffrey would be it. Ooh.
Interesting.
All right. Anyway, y'all, welcome in. I'm immediately into the tangents, and I absolutely love it. Jay, how are you doing today? We haven't had a chance to say hello just yet. How are you doing today?
Man, I am just. It's been a day.
Sounds
Been
like
a
it.
day.
We got a little.
I spent most of my time at the border,
Mm-hmm.
Oh, nice.
so
Was it a good time?
not nice.
I would have been home for this, and then over here, I had to rush over here and get to the Wi-Fi real quick, so the connection's not choppy.
No, you're good. We're just happy to have you. I mean, it's good to have the whole gang here, and
It
we're
is.
excited. We really are. It's gonna be a good episode, I think. You know what I did not do though, while I'm kind of thinking about it here, I haven't pulled up my script yet. So we're kind of flying blind.
I have a question.
Do you have a question for us?
Yeah. What have we been playing this week?
That's what I was gonna say.
Hey,
Let's do it.
I
All
like
right.
it.
Yeah. Absolutely. Let's hear from you first, Jay. If you don't mind, what did you play this week?
I barely played this week, but when I did play, I played a little bit of Call of Duty, a little bit of Destiny 2, The Witch Queen on my Warlock, which I don't recommend unless you're a dress-wearing bastard. Or I even started, I did a little bit of gameplay. I don't know if you saw the 15 minutes that I did play of Ghost of Tsushima. I did record.
Nice.
That's exciting. What did you think of that?
You know what? They got robbed. They got robbed. The first 5 minutes of that game, you're just in tune. You're in it to win it. The graphics, the renderings, so beautiful, so perfect.
So, fun fact about those. I don't know if we brought this up on our Ghost of Tsushima episode, because we did one with you, I believe. The rendering of the game, the way that it loads in so fast, I was reading this thing that basically said the reason that the game loads in so fast is because they put you in the game with the lowest possible quality of video and then just render it in from there. So
right. It's like the game has its own AI running on its server, and I like it. Absolutely love it. Everything I played, even my wife sat there and watched for the 15 minutes that I did play. She was like, I might get into that game since I'm into kind of God of War type stuff, because my wife is a big Kratos fan. I did make sure to let her know that you were a Norse god, Nate. And she was just like, yeah.
Gods.
Yeah. She liked the slash, but she really liked the storyline, really getting in tune with the storyline, and I thought it was great.
Interesting.
That's what I played this week. What did you guys play this week?
Well, so I'm gonna add on to that. So I actually just picked up Ghost of Tsushima Legends. Have you guys had a chance to play that? I know it's the free one.
I got the director's cut.
Got it. Okay.
I'm not sure if the Legends is the multiplayer or not.
It's the multiplayer.
That's fun. It's a lot of fun.
Is it? Okay.
I don't know if it includes the story or not.
It does not. No, the free version that PlayStation put out does not include. It's just the multiplayer as far as I can tell.
It's worth a play for sure. It's a lot of fun. But the story is a must. It's really good. It's just really good. I can't say anything more about it other than it's just fantastic cinematically. The pacing of the story is amazing, and the characters are just crazy. I don't know. They're awesome. Very lovable.
Nice.
Except for the mean guy. I don't like the mean guy. There's a mean guy in it. I don't like him. That's all I'm gonna say.
Fair enough. We have some reports
fair.
that your mic is still running a little low. Can you guys bear with me?
All right.
I'm so sorry, y'all. Thank you
While
again
we're
for
doing
dealing
that,
with technical difficulties.
I guess I can talk about what I've been playing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here we go. I've been playing about a game that we're going to talk about next week.
Oh no, we can't talk about that because I'll be getting the game next week, so I only have 1 day to play before I jump into the show. I know exactly what we're talking about here.
Yeah.
I've been reading the reviews for it, and I so can't wait to play
It's
it.
so
Dude.
good. I have over 80 hours. I have 5 or 6 characters. I have over 80 hours on this game so far. It is bad news bears for my social life.
Who needs a social life when you have that game?
Elden Ring is great. Of course, this is the game we're talking about, but I will not be elaborating too much on it because I have a lot more to say. But
Fair enough.
We did get Mario Party. I think it's All Stars, whatever the new Mario Party is.
Okay.
For the Switch, and I absolutely hate computers. They make me so mad. I was playing it just with the wife, and Donkey Kong ruined my day, and he's just a jerk. And I'm like,
it's always Donkey Kong or Bowser that does it. You know what I mean? Like it's always those two. The main Mario villains.
Yeah, we had Donkey Kong and Birdo, and both of them were trying to make me upset. I was winning all the mini games because I'm not gonna go easy. I got this. Me and my wife were playing. You know what? And I'll be honest, she was probably letting me win.
All's fair in love and war, and at that point, that's
She was probably letting me win. Probably doing a favor for my ego. But I was one of those W's. And I still got 4th place or 3rd place, I think, in the first game. No. And Mario Party quickly made me hate Mario characters. It was not a good time.
I believe it.
Mario Party Superstars, yes. Yeah. It was released October 29th, so it is definitely the most recent of those. I haven't played that one yet.
It upset me.
Is it more intensive than the other ones then? Because the other ones are, let's be fair, a little easy.
They're not. It's not that intensive. I was playing on the space map, and then Bowser shot all my coins away, and that's what made me mad. Is Donkey Kong crossed that button for the 5th time? He crossed the button, and I was the only one in the way, and he took everything from me. It was horrible.
That's rough. Okay, we may have to. I mean, you guys can see if you can see it through the mics. I have my Switch. We could definitely get on and play that. That would be a lot of fun.
That would be fun.
We could do that, especially as
I need more people. I can't play against computers.
Let's do it. I'll see if I can get that one. I'll see if I can pick that one up. We'll get both of our misses to play and have a nice friendly competition. I think that could be fun. Jay, do you have your Switch as well?
No, I have not gotten it yet. I do plan to get it. But that is, my wife did officially say that she wanted one, and we're going to work on getting one for her.
Dope. I love it. Good. Okay.
Plus, I actually have some news for you too, Nate.
What's up?
I have some news for you. I need to let you know.
Okay.
I'm working in July, trying to get out there to be out there for a live show.
Yay!
So I talked to the wife about it. And she was like, you need to be on the show with them at least once.
If we do that, if you can get me a date, I will make sure that we have the biggest episode we have ever had on this show. I already have plans, but you need to be here for those plans to work.
Right. We can talk about Elden Ring for a second time.
Yes, we can.
Really good.
Right. Yeah.
Because by then we should all be playing it together anyway. So yeah. I also plan to visit our good friends over at Gaggle of Geeks as well. So that's my main goal for coming to Salt Lake City, even though you guys are kind of covered in snow.
You guys you're just going on tour.
I don't have plans to pick up Elden Ring anytime soon. Sorry, I'm just gonna say it.
You know what? If God blesses you with a gift for Elden Ring, I know you'll play it.
Oh yeah, I don't feel the need to go purchase the game right now, right? Like based off what I've seen and the way that people feel about the game, and like
he has me suffering for the both of us.
I do. Okay, no. I want y'all to understand what I did this season. Okay, this turned out so unrealistically just perfect for us. I'm like, you know what? Okay, we need to pick new games. We want to make sure that we're covering everything new, and so I'm like, okay. Let's look at the games coming out. Oh, look at that. Destiny's coming out. Jay loves Destiny. I'll just make him... I'm going to have him play it. Look. Ragnarok comes out. That's one of my favorite games.
That's for you.
Elden Ring comes out. That's one of his favorite games. Let's go!
Right? years for that game.
So this actually turned out so stupendously well with the timing of all of this and the fact that we get to talk about all 3 new games within like a 3-week time frame.
3-week time frame, yeah.
I just love that we all kind of did our own thing. And actually, I was thinking about it. So I realized something. The way that we have the show right now. So Doodles is very much your kind of your Dark Soul RPG, very free world, want to roam around killing the bad guys. You are more of our first-person shooter. You enjoy, the Destiny, Call of Duties, whatever else. And I'm your story-driven person. Like, I'm the one that goes and just plays a campaign.
Yeah, deep inside the story. That's you.
So I feel like we just have such a good little between the 3 of us. It just all works out so stupendously well. It just is.
Yeah, but that's not Scott. That's Gene though. So where would Gene be? Our extra credit.
So yeah, we could have to throw that in as an honorable mention, I suppose.
I don't know.
I'll take the honorable mention.
But
real quick, shout out to Gajewski for covering JRPGs for us.
Yes, and we have Gajewski for JRPGs. We have Jeremy for our I use him for indie games a lot, if I'm honest. Like that's who I kind of rely on for indie games.
Will play him.
So like we have a good staff. Like I'm just what I'm gonna call us. Like we just have a good little group of us together, and it's just the best, and it's wonderful. Yeah. Let's get into the show, though. Oh wait, no.
Let's not get into the show yet.
I was supposed to tell you what I played this week. What did you? I played Assassin's Creed Valhalla because it's a very bad addiction that I have. It is actually not okay.
Now, how many hours do you have in Valhalla at this point?
I believe 200 plus from last week.
Yeah, it's like 200 something.
Last I checked, I was at 285.
Okay.
So it's not that bad. Mostly because
that's about the same. I think last time I checked, and I'm not trying to do a one-up, right around the same range that I've spent with my character Sweet Christmas on DS3. So like, I think
that's fair. That's fair.
I just recently looked at my Destiny one, and my Destiny one is at 400 or 500 plus.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
And mine is only that high because I had to reset the game. Which, speaking of which, I'm just gonna cover. We're gonna get into the Assassin's Creed, all of it, a little bit later on because I'm gonna tell you all about the experiences. But I'm just gonna spoiler a little bit here. I had to reset the game again.
Uh-oh.
So,
Wife's calling. I'll be right back.
Absolutely. So, let's get into. Oh, the other game that I played was Unravel 2. If you're looking for a fun game,
Unravel.
I'm not a fan of Unravel 2. So I'm playing it with the missus. And again, you and I are very similar. You gotta play with the spouse.
Get couch co-op.
So we found this one. It's all right. It's very confusing. It has a story, I think, but like I don't know what it is. I can't follow it. I don't
feel like it's more of
it's more just puzzles.
I'm blanking on the name of the game that we were just playing. What's the game that we were playing with the missus last? What was one game of the year?
It Takes Two.
It Takes Two. I feel like it's like drunk, dark, depressing version of It Takes Two, and it's a little bit more like menacing. But Unravel is a lot of fun. It's just it can be tough.
It's a rough one at times. Yeah. There was one part that like we got stuck on for so long, and it very quickly takes you out of the game very regularly. It's hard to get immersed.
I was kind of over getting killed by the soot sprites. They were
those are annoying. Like, it's terrible.
At least in It Takes Two, it was more like game mechanic driven instead of just like you're just doing this weird platformer the whole time. Whereas like It Takes Two had fun stuff that it was doing with it. Whereas Unravel, it was just like, well, check it out. I can swing by my wife's character's there, and I'm just going to swing over here for a bit.
Right? Like I can, I can yeet myself off of her, but like,
I mean, it definitely feels like the dark depressing version of Little Big Planet. But I mean, it does what it does. So that's cool.
That's fair. Yeah, we're on 4 out of 7. Is it like we're just trying to do the main. We're not doing the extras.
I don't think I ever beat it.
But it's really not long. You can really beat it in all reality. You could beat it in a night. Really, it's just a matter of it takes you out of the immersion so much that it's hard to just want to stay in the game to get through it all. So. Yeah, it is what it is.
You know what it is? I want to play It Takes Two again. That's what I'm gonna do.
Right?
And this
Isn't it
time,
weird?
instead of being the kind of goofy husband, I'm gonna play the smart wife this time and see what happens.
Want to know the funny part? We had to play. I played as the wife, and she played as the husband because we play couch co-op. Please, by all means, give us more couch co-op.
Couch co-ops. We need
And
them.
player one, which has happened to be on my side of the screen, because where we're sitting, is the wife. So we played as the wife. I would love to switch it around and see what it's like to play as, because I gotta like all the cool things that you gotta do. Like you gotta control plants and like hook them with your. Like that looked so much more fun than the smart person who's just giving directions.
Yeah.
All right.
I think they did a fair job of like divvying out the cool stuff, because as the guy, I think you get to you shoot the nails, right? Am I wrong here? I think you shoot the nails.
Yes.
Yeah,
And then
I had a fun time of getting my wife killed in the game like a bunch of times because I would remove the nail from the platform holding her up. And it was a fun bit that I was doing. And that was great.
Beck and I did that to each other all the time. Just anytime you had the chance, and like just when they're least expecting it, just like, oh, I closed the door too soon and you got squashed.
My bad.
All right, well, let's go ahead. Let's bring Jay back on as he is back with us. We're going to go ahead and bring him back. And at this point, let's jump into, as we're 20 minutes in already. This is going to be a long show, y'all. Let's go ahead and jump into things and kind of go from there. So we're going to start with the basic updates. I don't know. I'm not a fan of these updates, if I'm honest with you. So we have our state of play. Did you guys catch the state of play?
No.
Okay.
I'll tell you absolutely why too, because every year state of play seems to be exactly what I already know it's going to be. Incredibly boring.
That's fair.
Could have been an email.
Yeah, it literally could have been an email, and that's another reason why I was like, things like this. What was the whole point of state of play? I didn't even watch any reviews on it. I didn't watch IGN. I didn't watch anything on it because it. No, I'm not gonna waste an hour of my time for you to give me an update on existing games.
Yeah.
What's going to be free on PlayStation Plus? PlayStation VR 2, I guess. You know what I mean? Like,
I think the only two things that I like actually hadn't heard anything about up until then was Valkyrie Elysium. I hadn't heard that they were redoing that one, or not redoing, but making a new one there. Yeah. And then the TMNT Cowabunga collection were the only two where I'm just like, oh, cool. I haven't seen, I haven't heard anything of that. But like Forspoken, Ghostwire Tokyo, Returnal Ascension, like we already know it's coming. Cool. Like announced
it's a straight RPG type deal. And don't get me wrong, I'm not against MMORPGs. I'm just saying all it was just, oh, these are the RPGs that we have coming up, because they don't want to re-release their new stuff. Not to mention, we still haven't heard anything from Warner Brother Games on Gotham Knights yet. And we've been talking about that for a year now. That's supposed to drop this year.
Yeah.
Guess what else is in the news today, guys? No, seriously, we actually have Gotham Knights news. I'm not kidding you today.
Oh,
we'll get there. We will get there. Yeah. Ultimately, it does just feels like it's
dibs on Nightwing.
Doodles, what are your thoughts on the on anything that's been announced? Valkyrie, Returnal, Ghostwires, or Forspoken? Anything out of there stand out?
I saw. Well, this might not be a part of it, but I saw that Grand Theft Auto is being released for the PS5.
Okay.
And
yeah,
I think it's rad. Like, I want to play it with the updated graphics, like 60 FPS and all that fun stuff. But at the same time, just wear 6.
Give us 6. Yeah.
6.
Well, I thought there was word that they're working on 6.
They are. Yeah, there's a whole.
I heard that they were, but I haven't heard anything else on it since.
Right.
But another thing, if you're gonna release Skyrim 87 times, why don't you remaster Oblivion once? We can just play through Oblivion again.
Exactly. It just makes sense. But then again, Elden Ring kind of takes that player base away, though, when you think about it.
Again, Elden Ring, game of the year. Hopefully, it could be. It has the potential. It's very good.
We will be doing our Elden Ring episode next week. If we're honest, so Doodles wasn't going to be able to make it today, and that was why we changed our topic. And then he was able to make it, and so we're like, do we want to do Elden Ring? And then I had already mentally prepared for the other, and I just can't switch back.
Grand total of about 87 hours in this game already.
Oh yeah, you're gonna have to problem I did with where you like legitimately like call out of work to play this game, huh?
I kind of,
Yeah. It's an actual like,
plausible deniability says that he cannot neither answer or deny that
Here's
answer.
the thing.
Yep.
Here's the thing. I may or may not have shown up to things since this game has came out.
Yeah.
See,
About right.
plausible deniability. There you go.
Deniability. Okay, let's keep things moving. So we also have rumors of a new Sly Cooper game. They've updated their website. There's lots of chatter around that. Any thoughts on Sly Cooper, y'all?
I mean,
never really played it when it was out. I heard it was great when it was on PS2, but that's about it.
I didn't get to play the Sly Cooper games growing up. I don't know. I mean, from what I understand, it's like a raccoon that steals things.
Pretty much.
Okay.
Pretty much.
Yeah, hopefully they have cool concepts that they're working with. Maybe new ways
My
to make
friend's
it
nodding his head. He's like, "Yep."
Yeah. Yeah. He's not wrong.
Yeah. I'm here for it. If it's cool, if it has new stuff that's bringing out, it is a relatable IP that has been out, and we haven't heard anything about it in I don't know how many years.
Right. Well, I know that we're getting we're getting all sorts of new Ratchet and Clank games, right? And they have
that one was pretty cool.
If there's anything that game taught me, it's that old retro games can be modified and brought to a modern era.
I mean, look what they're doing with Metroid Prime. I mean, with Samus.
Look what they haven't done with Conker's Bad Fur Day, but they totally should.
They totally should make another one. I think they should.
I thought there were rumors swirling around that was a thing. I haven't heard anything since, but
I haven't heard anything on it. Last thing I heard about Conkers was the Live and Reloaded for the original Xbox, I believe, or maybe it was Xbox 360. I don't remember. But
check your Game Pass, folks.
Okay.
Hopefully we can get some new Conkers eventually. If you're listening, Rare Studios, if that was you, I think it was.
I want to say that was, but nonetheless, what is on Game Pass? What specifically are you referring to here?
I thought we were talking about Conkers.
Conkers? Okay, cool. I'm just making sure we're all on the same page because we just do like 3 different games. And I'm like, okay, which one am I going to Game Pass for? Let's do this.
We were talking about Conkers.
It was Rare. I just had to look.
It was Rare. Yep,
it was Rare.
Rare has their whole replay thing as well, which is kind of cool. But neither here nor there. All right, guys. All right, 2 more pieces of news, and then we'll get into the main topics here. Gotham Knights. Okay, here's the only piece of information that I know that we've gotten.
Red Hood.
You can fight me for that. It has officially been delayed, or the official release date is October 25th. It's not officially delayed. This year. It's not officially delayed. They said, hey, we're going to delay it, and then just never kind of gave us a date. Yeah. So now they're just kind of giving us that date.
So they just gave us a release date.
That kind of works in slew. That kind of works in slew with the other Gotham games that kind of came out. It works as
well with Arkham Knight, which takes place and released near October 31st, Halloween. Yes,
right. And they did the same thing for what was it? Arkham Asylum. And all the other stuff. So I kind of like where they're going with this.
This will be releasing the same day as Arkham Origins, I think.
Okay.
I don't have my computer, so I can't look it up. But yeah, and I actually quite liked Origins. I don't care what anyone says. Yeah, this graphics weren't as there, but
it's Origins. Okay. I did see that correct. It will release. So you very good point. It does keep trending. Sorry, keep going.
So yeah, it doesn't bother me that much. I mean, as long as it's dropping this year, good. Because me and Nate have been waiting for this game for 2 years, technically.
That's 2.
I'm here.
Yeah, I'm so excited.
And if I can't get Red Hood, I'll take Batgirl. If I can't take Batgirl, then I'll take Robin. I already know Nightwing's off the table because I'm not getting a fight between y'all two. I'll just take, I'll take Red Hood as my choice.
All right, that's fair. Red Hood's great, though. I love it.
Deal.
Oh, man.
Deal. I'm really excited for this one.
Here's the question. I got another one.
Sure.
I know that we're all hyped up for this one. The Harry Potter RPG. Have we heard anything on that?
Yeah.
I declined to answer.
Yes. Okay. Here's the thing, y'all. Yes, there was a lot of Harry Potter RPG news that released within the last couple of weeks. I very much intentionally ignored them.
Fair enough. All right.
I'm so like it is something I have Harry Potter tattoos that I am trying to get covered.
That's fair.
I have absolutely zero respect for the creator of this world, and I'm sorry that it hurts the devs in the process, but she's still making money off it, and I'm not okay with it.
That's
period.
Fair.
So I did intentionally leave all of that out. It has a release date. It has trailers. I don't know what else it came out with.
You know, that's on me. That's on me. I mean, I knew the social implications.
Oh, you're good.
And I kind of went down the path, but I totally understand and respect the answers given. So that's all I'm going to say.
Here's the thing. I want to be able to support the devs. I think this is a game that I've been calling for since Harry Potter really started.
Yeah.
You know, the video games back in the day were so good. I would love, especially with the Fantastic Beasts and everything, would love to see an open world RPG. And then just everything happened with her, and it
really does take the wind out of your sails.
It does. It really, really does. Especially when you consider the fact that that was my entire childhood. I had an entire sleeve tattoos that I was planning to get in dedication to this, and I'm just glad that I'm kind of glad I'm
against it. Your better judgment caught the best of you, and that's good.
I'm really excited. Yeah, wait till you see what I have planned for this arm now, though.
You know what? You don't need a Harry Potter sleeve. You need an Inheritance series sleeve. Aragon is so good, and the books that follow are even better. And you should. I know it's a video game podcast, but reading is cool sometimes.
Let me ask you guys then: what is the nerdiest tattoo that you would ever consider getting?
Oh man!
You know what? Let's even go with either nerdiest or most obscure reference to a nerdy situation.
Okay.
All right. You go ahead. You go first.
So
you go first, Jim.
I got one.
I'll go first if you don't mind, because mine actually plays really well into that. Okay. I wanted to get a scar colored tattoo that looked like what was described in that book. So that's what I planned to get, was just the little dragon that goes on his palm.
Yeah.
And then the movie was the only reason I chose not to do that was because the movie messed up so bad. And so I didn't want to be associated with the movie. But that's the most obscure referenced tattoo that I was ever planning to get. Doodles, what about you?
The first thing I could think of is Siegfried of Katarina riding an elevator from Dark Souls 3. You find the elevator, and he's like, "Oh, how do you work this inscrutable lift? It only goes down, but I need to go up." And then you ride the elevator down, and he finds out that there's a second layer, and he rides it up. And I just want a thing of Siegfried riding an elevator. He's so
all right.
For me, I know this sounds a little bit weird. I'm taking it to N64 for this one. It would be It would be 007's Golden Gun.
Oh man, that's
that would be fun. Okay.
And I would put it right here.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I like it.
I dig it. I'm here for it.
I don't have any tattoos, but it was a thought that came to my head.
I like it. I think it'd be cool.
I think tattoo planning is fun in and of itself. Just buy it,
I'm a
even if you don't get them.
You should definitely plan your tattoos. I've learned my lessons.
Yeah, been there, my man. I get that.
Yeah,
you're in a whole different world than I am, but I get it. I get you. Last bit of news, and then I promise we'll get to the expansion of Assassin's Creed Valhalla here. I need your guys' opinion.
Okay.
So, how do we feel about the concept? Not what the actual show is, but how do we feel about the concept of a Halo TV series? If you hadn't seen the trailer, didn't know anything about it, how do you feel about the concept of Halo?
I don't know if I can answer this question. That's hard.
I got one that's gonna get me in trouble.
Okay.
Dear Xbox fans, get over it. Oh my god.
Okay.
I don't care about Halo. I'm so stoked for you, but we don't need to make a Halo everything. All right?
Yeah. You know what I'd rather see? I'd rather see this whole type Halo thing for Mass Effect. You know, a game that
Oh, I'm gonna piss all of you off with this.
Goes beyond belief. But I can't sit there in good faith and say that we need to see this man's face.
My real answer,
we haven't seen this man's face even in the video games. So why would you show his face now?
That's cheap.
So again, without knowing that detail, would you guys want, like, if you did not know that he was going to show his face, are you guys good with a Halo TV series?
I'm okay with it.
I'm actually fine.
You're okay with it? You're
Honestly,
okay with it?
I don't really care.
Fantastic.
I wanted to be edgy, but I ain't that edgy. I think it's really cool to like things, and I don't think it's cool to shit on things.
No, I'm going to take exactly what you said there, and I'm going to have to twist it, unfortunately, because PlayStation, get over yourself.
Okay.
God of War TV series coming to Amazon.
Oh, man.
Hey,
See,
that's a moneymaker right there, but who would they get to play Kratos? And if they do, is it going to be old man Kratos? Is it going to be the beginning for Kratos? Like, which one? Who?
I saw
Don't do it. Don't do it. Just don't do it.
I saw a meme where they took the warrior dude that Achilles messed up in Troy, and they painted a red line on him.
I heard that.
I can't remember his name, but he's like he's huge dude. But totally respect it. You know what? If you want to cast the perfect Kratos, I wonder what Daniel Radcliffe is doing these days.
Oh my goodness. You know he'd kill it too. He'd absolutely slaughter that. That'd be great.
I mean, I'm okay with this too, because I mean, sorry for the spoilers for those who haven't seen Far From Home, because I haven't seen it yet either. But
wait. No Way Home is the new one, right?
No Way Home. No Way Home. I'm sorry. No Way Home. But you know,
wait. Absolutely no. Absolutely not. You are not spoiling this show on my show. No.
I was just gonna talk about Andrew Garfield being a great Spider-Man.
No.
I like it.
I know. I have not got a single. No,
we're not.
I'm not kidding. I have not had a single spoiler. I've gone this fucking long without a single fucking spoiler. If you ruin this for me, I will end you. You will never be on this show again. Legally speaking,
we're just talking purely on act. I'm just talking purely actors because of.
I do know that you have not spoiled anything that I didn't already know, but let's be fair. Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire, we knew that they were going to be in it beforehand. Yeah, as much as you want to say, oh, they kept it a secret. No, they didn't. You can that's as far as you go on this show, though. But,
no, that's as far as I'm going because I still haven't seen the movie yet. So
what? You guys,
I haven't even seen the Batman yet. I've been working. I don't think you guys understand. I just worked 6 days.
It's been out for like 5 minutes. Okay, I haven't seen it either. All right, I'm going to. And I actively humped very loudly at the grocery store when some girl was talking about it next to me. And I was actively very angrily looking at them, humming very loudly, going, I don't want to hear you. And you know what? It's fine. But Spider-Man has been so well, guys.
Right, he's just like, nah.
I know. I'm plugging the holes in my headset.
So here's one thing. If you guys follow Gaggle of Geeks at all, right? You guys would actually. I've referenced it on their show a couple of times.
I have been ignored. I've been scrolling past. I've been scrolling past. Love you, Patrick.
Patrick, you give way too many spoilers. I'm sorry. That's really the issue. That is really the only issue and the only reason we don't watch that one. But nonetheless, I brought it up before. I don't like movie theaters. I ADHD, autism, and I am not comfortable in movie theaters. Yeah. So it's very hard for me to walk up and even for Spider-Man or Batman, I want to so badly, but I can't quite bring myself to go because I'm just that uncomfortable. And so I am stuck waiting. And
I missed the movie
theater. So yeah. What's that?
What?
I missed the movie theater.
Miss it too.
I've been to a movie theater in 3 years.
I've been to a movie theater. That's where I saw Spider-Man. That's where I saw Spider-Man, guys, in the movie theater. But you know what? I get it. Ever since, and this is sad note. See, this is the note we're at right now. I'm going to bring sad note. Okay, sad note. Ever since the pandemic, I have become very agoraphobic and germophobic. And basically touching things that people touch, I don't like it. I keep track of things I touch, and then I sanitize immediately. All right? Okay,
that's fair.
So that's where we're at.
Yeah, it's. I mean, mine that plays a role into mine, but it's unfortunately not the main reason. And yeah, I will get there. I know that it's about to release digitally. So at the very least,
and that's why I'm waiting. I'm waiting for the digital release.
Good note.
We'll do that.
watch freaking Spider-Man as soon as you can, and then we can talk about
Then
it.
we'll talk, and then we'll also get to the Batman. The Batman is probably the one that I'm gonna break my no
I will
theaters
go to
rule.
the theater with you
I'm-
to watch that.
Yeah,
I
Please
wanna
do,
see it.
because I'd rather Nate be comfortable going into a movie theater, so that makes me happy to
So-
hear.
All right. Speaking of which, y'all know what body doubling is?
Oh, we talked about that.
We talked about this just a minute ago. Basically, being
Yeah.
unable to do anything, like not unable, but like struggling to, or not even struggling. I think the best way to word this: being better at doing something if you have someone there, right? So, like, I'll invite people over and just let them sit on my couch while I do the dishes, and they just sit there and talk to me, and it just keeps me motivated. And so-
okay.
I do need that for movies as well. There's usually someone needs to say like, Nate, we're going to a movie, and I'm like, oh, okay. Like
Yeah.
if you set this up and say this is what we're doing, I will go. But if you give me the choice, I'm not going anywhere near that.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
My
Anyway,
default is turning my PlayStation on, and like if we're not doing that, I need someone to tell me what we're doing. Same.
Fair enough.
I'm a horrible body
So-
doubler. I get it.
yep.
Yeah.
Fair
All
enough.
right. Well, that brings us to the end of the news. Jay, you mentioned that.
I
unfortunately-
gotta get going. I wish I could stay for the full show, and I'm sorry that I can't. But next time you guys need me, I will be there.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's been a
yes.
long day.
It has. Go get some rest. Thank you again so much for coming on, everybody. Jay, if you get the chance, go check out his channel, James Moore. We're looking to do a little bit more collabing with the channel as things go
Yes.
on. So, we got lots coming up. So, Jay, thank you again
Love
so
you
much.
guys.
for
I'll see
joining
you
us.
guys later.
Have a
See
good
ya,
one, man. All right, so it's just the two of us now, my man. I figured let's just jump into the topic. I don't want to, we don't have to keep everybody here all night long.
Yeah.
So we'll jump into things, guys. So, yeah, like I said, we were gonna do Elden Ring. Unfortunately, kind of took a step back on
Well,
that one.
Can I stop you there?
Yes,
Game of the year contender.
Game.
Elden Ring.
that is all
All
that
right.
I've heard from that. Is
All right,
like it's like nearly a perfect score from everybody, and
Really
the only people
enjoying
that
it.
hate it are the people that didn't like the Dark Souls games. So it's like.
You know why I have to say
If you-
that?
Hmm.
And this is for the Souls community. Get good.
Yep.
All right.
Get good.
Get
Yep.
good.
Yep.
I got a full can of Get Good here. I've been drinking it since the game came out, and I'm still dying a shit ton. All right, it is what it is.
It's gonna be fun. I'm really excited. I do hope to play that one eventually, but I have you know what I would give you 5 guesses, and I don't think you would ever guess the next game that I'm gonna play. Even it's not Elden Ring. It's not even anything super new. But we'll do that later. We'll play that game a little bit later on.
Okay.
Let's get into our main topic for now, right? So newest topic: Dawn of Ragnarok, the latest release, the latest expansion from Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
Yeah.
I have put so specifically into just Dawn of Ragnarok. I'm only 8 to 10 hours in. It is about I looked it up. They said it's about a 30-hour if you're just doing the story, which we'll get into how long this is. Keep that number in mind. It's about 30-hour campaign time.
Okay.
We'll talk about how long it's going to actually take me and why here in just a minute. Nonetheless, so with the newest edition of the Assassin's Creed Valhalla saga, unlike all the other expansions, this feels like a completely different game.
Nice.
Mostly for the fact it takes place in a completely different world. It's new weapons, new abilities, it actually feels like a new game.
That's great.
We'll again kind of get into it a little bit later on. Ultimately, so kind of how you get there. Eivor has a vision of Asgard again. Baldur has been taken captive by Surtur. Odin is there trying to track down what happened to Baldur. It all takes place in Svartalheim, which is the home of the dwarves. And all of this, every aspect of this is based off of Norse mythology. It is kind of what we talked about the Immortal Phoenix Rising is to us Odyssey. This is that to Valhalla as much as it can be. It feels it's definitely more realistic than Immortals it's meant to feel like an Assassin's Creed game, but it does. In fact, I gotta say the game that it feels closest to, for a few reasons, is actually God of War.
Okay.
I would take God of War in this capacity, with this basic premise of a story, I would take God of War over Assassin's Creed any day of the week. Just storytelling, world, all of that.
You know what's weird? In my head, I was picturing God of War the whole time.
Right.
I totally was not. I was picturing God of War characters like their dwarves that they brought in.
It gets worse, man. It really does. Because the first thing you're doing is dealing... Okay, I am going to throw the banner up here for just a second. I'm sorry. If you haven't played God of War at this point in time...
It's not much of a spoiler.
It's not much of a spoiler. So the first person that you're dealing with is Baldur.
Yeah,
so
when you said Baldur, I was like...
Yeah,
thinking of Baldur.
So,
God of War.
For those that don't know, Baldur is, in Norse mythology, he is the god that is loved by all except Loki. But everybody loves Baldur, which as we kind of migrate to, storytelling, I'm noticing everybody loves Baldur as well. And I don't know if that's just because like he's an easy target, it's not Thor that's up there, so he's a slightly easier target, or if just like everybody loves Baldur. Like you can't not like Baldur,
It's like everybody loves Raymond, but Baldur.
Right, yeah. So it actually was really, 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 really difficult to take your mind out of the God of War mindset.
That's what I was saying. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah. It in fact, even writing like everything up, I almost put God of War Dawn of Ragnarok because we have God of War Ragnarok coming up as well. It's very hard to distinguish those in your mind.
Do you remember in the aughts? Oh man. Do you remember in the aughts where everyone was just nuts about zombies? And it was just zombie everything. Now it's
Viking everything.
Everyone loves Viking.
Yeah. Which okay.
Robots didn't get a long enough chance, guys. That's all I'm gonna say. It was zombies for like 20 years.
Yo, I'm curious why. So we got zombies, vampires. Everybody went through Wolverine or werewolves that people kind of go through.
That's what I was gonna say earlier. But, I forgot. Yeah, Daniel Radcliffe is Kratos. That's the only reason I brought it up is because everyone says it would be ridiculous to cast him as Wolverine. I disagree. I think he would be a great Wolverine, and I would love him as Wolverine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, what? Why would he? Who's saying he shouldn't be?
People that I talk to. Everyone I've talked to about Daniel Radcliffe possibly being a Wolverine ever. Not saying that there's ever been anything said about him doing it, but there was once a meme I saw where they photoshopped Daniel Radcliffe to look like Wolverine, and I was instantly in. I was like, dude, yeah, Daniel Radcliffe Wolverine.
I don't need to see it. I'm picturing it, and I'm in. Let's go. Yeah, he's perfect. I mean, granted, Wolverine is just ultimately he's just short. Like he's shorter than even Daniel, but like Daniel has the height difference that that Hugh Jackman did not have. Like Wolverine is supposed to be short, not Hugh Jackman 6'4" or however tall he is.
I don't care how you make him look. I know that as an actor, Daniel Radcliffe has that visceral edge, and he would be perfect, especially in a more mature rated.
I will say though, if I could get anybody, I want Triple H to play old Kratos. If you have seen Triple H in the last few years, this dude looks like Kratos, and you cannot convince me that anybody else looks better.
I got you. Let me go another way.
Yeah,
another way with this.
Do it.
Daniel Radcliffe is Wolverine. Make Triple H grow hair again and make him Sabretooth. All right.
Yes,
I'd be down for it.
Okay, I'm here for it.
Ryan Reynolds worked well as whatever
Deadpool?
his name. No. It was Blade 3 when he fought Triple H.
I don't think I've seen that one.
Dude, it's so old. But Ryan Reynolds was Hannibal King. Hannibal King was his name.
Okay.
And Triple H was a vampire. Spoilers for this 20-year-old movie. He got his butt kicked. It was crazy.
Okay. All right. I'll have to go back and do it.
Blade 3 was great. You should watch it.
Okay. I haven't seen any of them, if I'm honest. Like, I don't know. Can I just jump to 3? I'm just going to jump to 3. Screw it. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. Anywho, okay, guys. Talking about the expansion. So we've already talked about the kind of the premise of it and what sets it apart. Some of the new things that they've added to the game, though. So they added some new abilities. I mentioned that, completely different world, completely different abilities. So because you have Surtur's army,
Right.
Who, by the way, Surtur is who actually starts Ragnarok. If you know anything about Ragnarok, he's the one that kind of kicks it off. Fenrir will break his chains. Jormungandr will rise from the ocean.
I thought it was
fight
when the
Thor.
one dog catches the other dog.
And then, well, okay, so yes, technically that's what sets off Ragnarok. So Skoll and Hati will catch their prey, and then Ragnarok will begin. It will cause winters, a 3-year-long winter, and then the sky will be black, and then Surtur will come and fight Odin, and he'll kill Odin, and Thor will fight Jormungandr, and Jormungandr will kill Thor, even though Thor will kill Jormungandr, and then everybody dies, and it's this whole thing. So
optimistic.
It's literally the end of the world. In fact, actually, I would say that if you compare Norse Ragnarok to the Rapture, Christianity's end of the world, right? I would say that what we're experiencing right now is more closely related to the prediction of Ragnarok than any other religion has predicted. It's actually a little uncanny how close it is for being such an old myth, you know?
Yeah.
I'm not kidding. I actually believe Norse mythology is the closest to being real. Like, this is not a joke. Anywho,
of course.
Yeah, so there's your whole basic Ragnarok, but because you have Surtur, who has his army, they have new abilities such as like being able to walk on lava and fly. That was my favorite one. You can
fly.
You can actually fly. So you can. You have your Raven anyway as an Assassin's Creed game. You have your eagle.
Yeah.
But this time, basically, they use the same mechanics, but you turn into a Raven. Because that's what Odin can do.
Okay.
So, if you guys actually, in fact, if you take a look at our thumbnail today for the show, that is an actual screenshot from the game that I took while I was playing. Like, that's the actual world. That's what it looks like.
Wow. It looks really good.
It's super fun. Like, it is very, very mythological. The powers that you gain are because you like basically transform your entire self, so you can camouflage. It's another way of like camouflaging yourself to, which is I think is a really subtle hint at like keeping it original to the Assassin's Creed games. So like you can just blend yourself in and walk right up, and they're not going to think anything of it. But like also you're on fire and can literally walk in lava. You're impervious to explosions and like all sorts of stuff. Now, again, I'm only 10 hours in. I believe there's an ice side as well, but go ahead.
Do you remember when you were Ezio and you just had to like be an assassin?
Mm-hmm.
All right, Assassin's Creed, you're pissing me off.
Yeah, it's so. I saw a Reddit post that was like talking about like what went wrong, right? Like, where did everything change? And
I can tell you killed Desmond.
Do you know why they killed Desmond?
Because they're jerks.
No, because it was originally supposed to basically end with Desmond. Desmond goes and learns all of his things, right? And through bleeding, he
can't tell the difference between the Animus in real life.
So the final game was essentially supposed to be set in modern time, with you playing as Desmond with all of his bleeding, with everything that he learned from the bleeding effect.
Yeah.
So when the director of the games left, they didn't know what else to do, so they had to kill him.
You don't kill Desmond. That's not the logical move. You know what? He was training to become an assassin. He just barely became an assassin. You don't kill him off the minute he becomes the thing.
So anticlimactic as well.
How come I can't be Desmond in New York City? All right, I just wanted that.
Do you think they'll ever create an Assassin's Creed modern time game?
Yeah, once they run out of the fun mythology.
Because I gotta say, there's not many that are left. Like,
they got close with the Assassin's Creed 3, 1776. Mm-hmm. That was pretty close.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I don't know if that was quite 1776.
It was. Yeah, it was.
It's in that era.
It was during the American Civil War.
Yeah, so it's like we got close. So let's get closer. Actually, you know what? They came even closer with the one with the twins. I can't remember what one that was, where you play as the boy and the girl.
Syndicate? No,
maybe. It was the industrial age in England, London.
Syndicate.
Yeah,
Syndicate.
That one was cool too. I loved Assassin's Creed because I like that they took the whole free play. You can go into around the whole world and climb buildings. There was no barriers. They broke down all the barriers. And now Assassin's Creed is Looney Tunes, and I'm upset. I miss Desmond. I'm stoked on this game. I think it's great. I played a little bit of it. I'm just upset. I miss Desmond.
I promised I would get into my the updated Assassin's Creed experience and where I'm at in the game and had to reset. Let's do that real quickly here.
Yeah, let's do it. No, I'm done.
No, yeah, because it plays directly into that, right? Okay, so my experience with it is yes, it has become a very convoluted game. There is so much to it, and it's definitely different than it was. Way more to do. The open world I think was a good aspect, but it definitely pulls away from what the original game was. The problem that I have with it is the end of the game kind of leaves you in a speculative state, right? With what ends up happening at the end, I'm not entirely sure exactly where we're at in the story because of it. Like I know the entire up until the game starts, knowing what's going on, and then it doesn't feel like it fits in properly.
Right.
So it all makes sense within the aspect of the game itself, but in the grand scheme, like playing into the rest of the games, it does not make it. It kind of just falls short. So it is. You can tell something's happening.
The cool thing about Assassin's Creed, and this is the only reason that I have any gripes, I think the games are great still. I don't have any actual real qualms. I'm just saying, as far as base story, they lost a lot of base story. It's not like there anymore. When you cut out the overarching theme, like what we're doing with these games, it's all become very vague, and I have no idea what is actually happening. Other than now we get to be in Egypt, or we get to be in Greece, or we get to be in
So the problem is you're learning things in the three newest games. You're really learning things in a broken manner, right? Like you have to try to pick up contextual clues or whatever else. Like it's not as straightforward. Like, hey, we're this organization. This is what we're trying to do. If you don't already know who the people in the Animus are and where they're at in the story, it just makes absolutely no sense. Yeah. And even after that, like it takes such a weird turn that trust me, it takes the weirdest turn in the history of weird turns. If you make it to the end game, if you actually finish the story, it takes the weirdest fucking turn in the history of weird turns. And I lost everything, all my understanding of what was going on and where we were at.
That's about as much as like a trip as when you're playing as what's his face Conway from, I think it's from Black Flag, and they have you playing as a Templar for the first little bit of the game, and you have no idea. They make that switch. I'm throwing spoilers out about Assassin's Creed
at this point time. We're talking about the
sorry.
latest installment. You're gonna get some of the older installments here, unfortunately. But
my final thing with Assassin's Creed, before I get off of it,
no, you're good.
But Ezio was the best. That's all I'm gonna say. I miss Ezio. He was great.
These are ones I had to kind of revisit over time. I wasn't a fan when they first released, but I had to revisit them and like learning the story. It's like, oh, okay, like I get it, because I'm a very religious person, religiously curious person. Right. If you're creating this cult world for me with like based off of God and shit, I'm in. I want to hear the conspiracy. Right. Let's go. Like let's do it. And this does a really good job of like combining all of those and why people believe what they believe and whatever else. So
they do a really good job about teaching you about the mythology as well. That is what makes it fun for me. Going back to the Ezio games, that was the first game I ever platinumed. Was the Assassin's Creed 2.
Really?
And that's how I got like super obsessed with like Italy and Leonardo da Vinci and like learning about all these people that were alive in that time. It was just really cool.
Oh yeah, and I'll be honest as well. The expansion, the Norse base, it's all accurate as far as I can tell so far. It's been fairly accurate, like for making up their own story.
They do a really good job of content though.
They do, and they actually have these little. I've only ran into one or two of them so far, just based off where I'm at in the story. But they have these little areas that you're supposed to go find, and like it tells you a little bit about. So like I found Sif's hair. For those that don't know, Sif is Thor's wife, is it Sif? I'm pretty sure it's Sif. I'm blanking now. Anyway, she has beautiful blonde hair. Loki, for whatever reason, decides he doesn't like it and chops it off.
That's
Thor,
so mischievous.
right? Yeah. So he ends up. So Thor makes him like repay the debt by like making her golden hair out of it's more fine and beautiful than her original hair. And so you actually go in one of the spots that you find is the like the weave, the where he's making the hair.
Oh, nice.
So you have like just this gold hair, and then it goes into that whole like a kind of investigation mode where it's like showing you silhouettes and like memories of what's going on, and it like tells you the entire story, and just kind of a fun little tidbit that you learn. And it was fairly accurate, at least as far as I'm aware. I'm no expert, but like I've done my reading, so
yeah,
as far as I can tell, it was pretty accurate.
That's awesome.
Yeah, anyway, with where I'm at, so I finished the game, right? So I completely finished the game. This is after my initial reset. Got through the entire story. I got through, let's see. So after the story, I've killed everybody in the Order of Assassins or Order Templars, whatever. I've killed everybody in the Order. And then I went through and got I already had all of Thor's stuff. So I was able to go pick up Thor's hammer. I picked up Mjolnir.
Nice.
It's a hidden weapon. It's not like you have to know where it is to go pick it up or happen to stumble upon it. Like, it's not marked on the map like everything else is. You have to stumble upon it.
Find it. Yeah.
So I looked it up where it was because like whatever.
You're gonna find it.
So that one's my favorite of the additional weapons I've picked up. It's so much fun. It like shoots lightning at people. If you throw one of the fun facts I threw out on our page earlier, if you have it equipped, so Thor's hammer, much like in the comics, throw it, it comes back. That's very, very standard for the idea. But you have an ability to throw a weapon at someone. And if you have Mjolnir attached, it won't throw the weapon on the ground. It will throw Mjolnir at them and return it to you. Wow. It's just a super subtle thing that, like, unless you're looking at it and realize what just happened, you don't even really see it happen. But it's very, very well done. Awesome. I also went through and I got...
do you have to swing it? Do you do the wind up?
No, I haven't done anything with that. I may have to look and see if that's a thing.
I think it might just be, I don't know if it's just a Marvel thing or not.
I don't know. I mean, it's that's how he flies in the, like, that's actually
okay.
That's the concept, is he just spins it. So Neil Gaiman, everybody, if you get the chance, he has a whole Viking mythology book. Go check it out if you want the stories. Just
so Norse mythology predicted helicopters.
Essentially.
That's cool.
Essentially, he's magic. I mean, That's really you'd be surprised. Like, it's weird how accurate Norse mythology is to real life. Because I just want to say, I want to point this out to everybody. If you walk into Norway or wherever else, and you look up at the fjords, and you look up and you see the northern lights and the giant animals that live there, how do you not look up and think not think magic? Right. It makes so much sense. That has to be magic. So, like, you compare that to other religions where it's like, oh, okay, it makes sense that, like, Egyptians worship sun beings. That makes sense to me, right? Yeah. And then you look at other religions like Christianity, it's like, how the fuck does a burning bush make any sense? Like, what? 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 Okay, nonetheless, that's neither here nor there. But at the end of the day, like, the stories that you get out of Norse mythology are so unbelievably built around what the world actually is. Right. So that's
all these mythologies came to be from, is because we're trying to explain naturally occurring things in our planet. And to anyone who is Christian, you know, like,
I'm not trying to bash necessarily. I apologize. That's not the point here.
It's just. It's how you interpret the stories and
it's all
what
about
you're trying to gain from them. That's is what it is.
It is what it is. Yeah, absolutely. Very, very well said. Thank you. I really do appreciate that. That is a very good point. So yeah, anyway, I've picked up Mjolnir. I picked up Odin's spear as well. It's not Gorgon. I picked up the Gorgon shield as well, but it's what is the name of? Oh no, it starts with a G. Oh, that's gonna kill me. I'm so sorry. I did pick up. So I picked up that one. I picked up Odin's spear, and I unlocked Excalibur.
You got Excalibur.
I got Excalibur. That's another one that's hidden. So
I got Excalibur in the game. Is it Dead Island? No, it's not Dead Island. Forget it. I forgot the game.
So in this, for each of these weapons, you have to do specific things. So like Thor, you had to go collect all of Thor's armor before you could even touch the thing, right? So which required taking on Daughters of the Yorick and taking on, all of these different people, right? So once you get through all of that, you go pick it up. That's how you get Mjolnir. You have to have all of his equipment. With the spear, you have to go to all you have to do is go to a specific area, but you have to have gone there at a specific point in the game already. Once you leave, you can go back and pick it up anytime, but you cannot pick it up until you reach that point. And I will let you know, it is not early in the game.
It's way late.
It is way late. I'm not going to say anything else. It's way late. What's up?
Is there a part where you
you will miss
this weapon?
You will miss this weapon. It will be in your plain sight, and you will miss it.
No, what I mean is, can you play too far?
No.
To the point where you won't ever be able to get this weapon.
No.
Okay, cool.
The entire world continues to be. That was actually my worry, if I'm honest with you, because everywhere was saying like, "Oh, you have to do it when you're in this moment.
Right.
If you don't do it, you're not getting it." I don't know if they changed it after the fact or what, but you actually can go pick it up.
That's a real concern because a lot of quest lines in like Dark Souls games they very much work that way, and you can miss quest lines.
I actually grabbed screenshots of me grabbing all of these weapons. So I'll post those on our page here soon. Because Excalibur's one that you have to go through and you have to pick up all of these tablets. And once you have all 12 tablets, you have to go find where it's hidden, and it is hidden underground. Now, I will let you guys know if anybody actually wants to know, because this will not actually spoil how to get to the weapon. I'm not going to tell you that, but it is hidden under Stonehenge.
Okay.
It
is what it is.
Don't, I'm not going to tell you how you get under Stonehenge, but it's under Stonehenge. So kind of just, again, one of those fun things. It's definitely it's very clearly like, oh, this is Britain's big weapon, and oh, this is Thor's big, so it's really cool. I've gone through, so I killed all the assassin or all the order. I found out who was like helping me along the way secretly. I'm gonna throw a spoiler up. I don't care. So it's a very light spoiler here, guys. Very, very light.
Diet spoiler.
At the end of the game, you have your enemy in front of you. I'm not even going to say who the enemy is. So you have the last bad guy in front of you, and he talks about how he ambushed one of your partners, one of your what is the word I'm looking for? Oh my god, companion,
friends,
compadre. I don't know. One of your allies. Oh my god, how do I forget ally? He ended up he tells you that, oh, I ambushed them, they're kaput. And so at the end I found out who was helping me in the entire way, and they give you like this key of here's how I knew everything. Go find this. So you hop on your horse, you can't fast whatever. You hop on your horse, and it's this big dramatic end music playing this entire time. And I don't know if I happened to stumble upon it or if it was intentionally put in this spot so that you have to pass it. But as you're passing it, she says like, oh, that's where they got ambushed. This is where he said they got ambushed. Oh. So I have this big crescendoing music behind me, right? As I am burning this camp to the motherfucking ground, and it was so satisfying. It felt like I was just getting revenge.
Yeah, it's
right, like
vengeance moment.
Oh, it was honestly the most satisfying gaming moment I can think of since a kid. I felt so accomplished as I was avenging my ally, as I was crescendoing music, smoke billowing behind me. I felt so badass for a few minutes there. It was so wonderful.
You want to know my most satisfying gaming moment?
Yes, I do.
There's a part in Dark Souls 3 where Sigurd is sitting there making some Estus soup, and there's a table with a bunch of bowls on it. And if you roll over the bowls, it's like a stack of bowls like this. But if you roll over the table with the bowls, the table will break and the bowls will explode. And there's like a million bowls. It's a million bowls, and they shoot out. It's like a slinky or something. It's like it just shoots out. There's a bunch of bowls that were like compressed together, but you roll through and it shoots them out, and there's a bunch of bowls that fly everywhere. It's a room full of bowls. It's my favorite part.
We may have to replicate that one. That one sounds fun. That sounds fun. That sounds fun. If anybody is interested in finding out how I accomplished this moment in, so you can feel the same way, please let me know. I'll happily tell you. At the end of the day, the big thing is just you have to finish the order. If you finish the order, the rest of it is pretty easy to get to. So let me know if you ever get to that point. Other than that, I've just been wandering around doing Dawn of Ragnarok. I haven't done anything. I've just been trying to clear the board, really. But I'm so close. I'm going to make this the first game I platinum. I haven't platinum games. My attention span just doesn't hold them. This is the one. I'm going to platinum this one. I don't care. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I don't know how or when, but it's going to happen eventually.
You got this. I believe in you.
Anyway, I'm about 8 to 10 hours into the expansion itself. Some things that I kind of have issues with surrounding it. So, why it's going to take me so long to get through this, not just 30 hours. Your first task as you go in there is basically, hey, Surtur's taken over the world. He's driving the dwarves into hiding. We need you to go find the dwarves.
Oh.
Have fun.
That's a big task.
That's really all that you're doing.
You?
You're wandering around. So they have houses. Like you're looking for their specific base, basically, right? They tell you how to find them if you get close to one. Right. They give you the general area of one, but your first task is to find all of them across the entire map.
Oh, that's great.
And that's just so I'm 8 to 10 hours in. Technically speaking, I am still on the first task, but each little house has their own little side quests. But so for me, I am actually enjoying it because you're literally just forced to wander the fucking map, right? And when you're just kind of immersed in playing this game, and I enjoy just kind of wandering around this world already,
right?
I'm literally just picking up everything as I go along. Like it's just on my path, I'll pick up literally everything, and it's going to take me so much longer for that reason. I don't mind because usually it's just like picking something up. You just have to go out of your way just a little bit. Like it's not extra tasks like the real world, but yeah, it's forcing me to do all of that. And it's definitely going to take more than 30 hours, I think. So
that's fair. I mean, it sounds like they're definitely putting you through it at the beginning.
Mm-hmm. It's rough. Anyway, go ahead. Yeah.
No, I wasn't gonna say it. I just think it definitely sounds like it's got a lot of ways that it can distract you from the get go, and that sounds good. That's what you want out of a game. So sounds like it's really a good add on.
So it's so immersive. Like it really is, because like not even just the expansion, but like the game itself is so immersive. I was playing one day. I was just playing, and then turn it off, just natural, gotta, get dinner ready or whatever else. And my brain wouldn't turn out of video game mode. So everything I was doing, my brain was correcting as a video game. And we've talked about like dissociative personalities where like someone basically takes over. Like it was essentially that, but like it was like my brain was glitched into video game mode. It wouldn't exit. That's how immersed I was in this game. Like, I think I played for 8 hours straight. Like,
that'll do it.
Yeah. Like, I literally broke my brain playing this expansion, or not the expansion, but the game, trying to get all the weapons and everything. Fun fact though. So I mentioned I had to start the game again. I had to go back 5 hours, only 5 hours. But it's because, so the game glitched and basically was ranking everything up to my current ranking. So level 1 NPCs or bad guys were fighting like level 500 people.
Wow.
Yeah. So I ended up having to reset, and I had to go pick up all 3 weapons again.
Oh,
it was such a trek because you have to travel back to Norway, and the only way to get to one of them is literally just on a boat. You just have to just keep going until you happen to get there.
Of course.
So kind of sucked in that regard, having to reset again, but I don't mind. I got my screenshots because of it, because I'm like, I could, moving into this, it was pretty seamless. It is weird because you're playing as Javi with Odin. and I have my animus set to, naturally select which gender. And so I'm playing as a dude suddenly, and it is throwing me so far off. I had to go, I had to put new clothes on him because it just felt wrong seeing him where she should be, if that makes sense. So I had to go get new clothes and actually play as a new person because I was so attached to Eivor as she was.
Right.
So
you had your character set a certain way, and then now all of a sudden you're Odin.
And it's really weird.
Definitely can be confusing for sure.
But other than that, I mean, I don't really have much more to add other than, it feels like God of War, at least in the sense of the bad guys, the graphics, the way that kind of the lava flows off them definitely feels very, very God of War. There's really no other game that I can compare this to other than God of War, but it is kind of your mix of. No, I would say you could probably compare this expansion to Immortals as well.
Okay.
In its own way, but it's at the end of the day, it definitely feels it definitely feels like an expansion, and it feels very mythological. It does not feel the same way, and it just adds an extra thing. The only other thing I want to add about it is the score, the music.
It's good.
Is I talked about the one crescendoing song. That's really the only song that stands out in the original. But all of the music throughout this expansion just makes you feel like you're going to wreck someone. You go full listen up, brother. It's almost heavy metal. It's basically Norse Celtic metal.
That's awesome.
It's fun. So anyway,
super hyphy music.
Yep. If you enjoy wandering a map, if you enjoy just kind of aimlessly moving through things, this would be a great game for you to pick up, a great expansion. So
yeah, definitely.
Anyway, y'all. Okay, that's all I have for the expansion. We tangented onto the entire game itself in the process. But I think that's everything we have for you today. Is there anything else you were hoping to add today there, Doodles?
Game of the Year contender, Elden Ring.
Elden Ring. Okay.
Play it.
Yes. Next week we do plan to do Elden Ring. If we do it, I have some. So in case you guys were wondering, we were off last week because I have a rugby game to go to. I have season tickets. So next week there is also a rugby game at 2:30, which is going to sit right into our 4:00 start time. So next week is actually going to be late as well. I'm probably not going to do much talking. I'm actually really glad that you're going to be here for that because my voice is going to be absolutely shot after that game. You know it. You've been to a game with me. It's not great.
You're going to be screaming the whole time.
So, anyway, so keep that in mind. We'll probably be a little later next week. So, but we will be talking Elden Ring. I want to break it all down with you. You've had 90-ish hours in so far almost. So yep. I think you should have a good understanding of the game at this point. I'm hoping that it'll be a good episode.
It's going to be good times.
It's going to be great. Special shout out to Jay. Thank you again so much for joining us. We'll throw a special shout out as Doodles mentioned here. Gayeski, Jeremy, Jay, I'll throw Chaz and Patrick out there as well. Everybody gets thank yous today.
Hello to Jordan and Constantine, Doug. Thank you for
Doug,
your support. Always thank you for your guys' support.
Everybody that's been hanging out with us lately. I think we really do have a good crew, and we've been getting a lot of good stuff together. We have some good shows coming up. That said, Doodles, tell us a little about your gaming experience. If you have any streaming coming up, anything looking forward to. Our fans should know.
Stream something eventually.
I actually would love to see you stream some Elden Ring, just so I can really see some of that gameplay. I don't trust other people's gameplay. You never know which streamer is really only playing that game because they're getting paid a ton of money to do it.
Maybe I'll start a new character once I get done with this. And well, you know what? No, maybe I'll start a new character soon and do a playthrough. 23 classes or something? I don't know. I'm pulled the number out of my ass. Oh man, I think it's like eight or nine classes.
Yeah, it's a lot comparatively.
There's a bunch, and if you're gonna play Elden Ring, there's one tip I'm gonna give you out the gate before we leave. Bleed is broken. Use it. All right, that's all I'm gonna say.
Okay, bleed is broken. Use it. Deal. All right, guys, that's everything today. Thank you so much for joining us. Sorry we're a bit of a space case today, and thank you for dealing with our technical difficulties. If there's any games that you are looking to that you want us to speak about, please let us know. But for now, everybody, please take care of your mental health, and as always, keep gaming.